Namaste everyone. This is Dr. Pratibha K.S., Head Department of Biotechnology at KLE Societies S, Nijlingappa College, Ravinagar, Bengaluru. Today I'm before you to present a lecture talk on type blood grouping or blood typing. First, let us go through what is blood. Blood is a circulating fluid connective tissue. It is composed of plasma, which is a fluid matrix. Plasma is also a liquid part of the blood. Okay, you can also see liquid part of the blood or straw yellow colored. Okay, blood is bright red colored and slightly alkaline. And it is composed of 91% of water and contains several organic and inorganic substances. It consists of erythrocytes, leukocytes, and thrombocytes. Erythrocytes can also be known as red blood corpuscles and leukocytes white blood corpuscles. Now let us understand what is actually this blood made up of. Blood made up of red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets, plasma, breakdown products of digestion such as glucose, fatty acids, and amino acids, dissolved mineral salts, carbon dioxide, urea, and hormones. There are more than 30 antigens on the surface of blood cells that give rise to different blood groups. Okay, in a blood transfusion, certain blood groups, example, ABO blood group system is well known, of the recipient and donors must be compulsory matched. If mismatched, otherwise, the recipient's immune systems will produce antibodies that cause agglutination of the transfused cells and block blood circulation through capillaries, and this leads to death. ABO blood group was given by Karl Landsteiner, right? So ABO red blood group was given by the Karl Landsteiner, who reported for the first time, right, in human beings. A, B, and O blood groups were discovered by Landsteiner in the year 1900, while AB blood group was found out by student D. Castillo and Cheney in the year 1902. ABO blood groups are determined by the gene isoagglutinin. There are three alleles, IA, IB, and IO of this gene. Proteins produced by the IA and IB alleles are called A antigen and B antigen. People with blood group A have the A antigen on the surface of their RBCs and antibodies to antigen B in their plasma. Person with blood group B have B antigen on their RBCs and antibodies against A antigen in their plasma. Individuals with AB blood group have both A and B antigens on their RBCs and no antibodies for either of the antigens A and B in their plasma. Here you can see the pictorial representation of Karl Landsteiner. Type O individuals are without A and B antigens on their RBCs but have antibodies for both these antigens in their plasma. Individuals with blood group AB can receive blood of A, B, or O group, while those with blood group O can donate blood to anyone. Okay, this is one of the most important blood group for transfusion. Thus, person with blood group AB is called universal recipient and person with blood group O called universal donor. If blood transfusion is made between an incompatible donor and recipient, reaction of antigens on the cells and antibodies in the plasma produces clots that clog capillaries. Now let us go through your human ABO blood groups and their compatibility. Blood group A person, in their genotype IA, IA or IA, IO. Okay, this is homozygous and heterozygous can be seen here. Antigens on red blood corpuscles are A and antibodies in blood plasma that will be B. An A person can give blood to A or AB and can get blood from A or O. B blood group person have the genotype like this, homozygous and heterozygous, IB, IB, IB and O. Antigens present on the RBC cell surface, that is B antigen, antibodies in their serum, that is the A, and can give blood to B or AB and can get blood from B or O blood group. The person who is having AB blood group, genotype IA, IB, heterozygous condition. Okay. So antigens on the red blood corpuscles can be seen, both antigens as genotype, both and genotypes can be seen. So antigens, both antigens can be seen on their RBCs. None of the antibodies in their plasma. The AB blood group can give blood to AB and AB blood group can get blood from AB, A, B and O. Whereas O blood group, genotype IO, this is homozygous, and antigens present on the blood corpuscles are none. Antibodies in their plasma, that is blood plasma, A and B antibodies can be seen, and can give blood to AB, A, B, and O, and can get blood only from O. Now let us go to the Rh factor, that is rhesus blood group. A protein named as rhesus antigen are present also in the form of the B antigen. Okay, genotype will be represented as capital RR and small rr. Okay, is present on the surface of red blood corpuscles in many persons. It was discovered by Landsteiner and Weiner in the year 1940. Okay, in the blood of rhesus monkey, hence its name rhesus. Depending on the race, 85 to 99% of the white population have this rhesus antigen, also called Rh factor, okay, and are called Rh positive. And others who do not have this factor are known as Rh negative. Rh positive is dominant to Rh negative. Whites Rh positive 85%, Rh negative 15%. American blacks Rh positive 95% and Rh negative 5%. African blacks Rh positive 100%. Okay, formation of Rh protein is controlled by a dominant gene, which may be called as R. Thus, capital R are homozygous, capital R and small r heterozygous person. A dominant are Rh positive, and small r, which is homozygous nature, are recessive and are Rh negative. Here you can see the flow of the blood. Okay, an adult human has 4 to 6 liters of blood circulating in the body. You know better, the blood major function is exchange of respiratory gases. Here you can see the capillaries of the blood. Okay, blood consists of several types of the blood cells like RBC, WBC, and platelets. All these cellular components which are suspended in the plasma, which is the liquid part of the blood. Here you can see the type A blood group with the A antigens on the cell surface. Okay, with cell RBC cell surface, you can see the type A antigen. Okay, individuals have respective antigen on the surface of the blood and antibodies in the serum. Type A blood group produces anti-B antibodies. Here you can see type B blood group. Okay, presence of B antigens on the RBC surface and produces A antibodies. Here you can see type AB blood group, presence of both A antigen and the B antigen on their cell surface, that is RBC surface, and produces neither anti-A or nor anti-B antibodies. Here you can see type O blood group, none of the antigen, that is antigen A and antibody. When there is no antigen, when you treat antibodies, there won't be any kind of agglutination or clumping. Okay, and this type O blood group which produces both anti-A and anti-B antibodies. Okay, see, look here. Here I one of the example of type AB blood group. This type AB blood group has A antigen and the B antigen. When this person has A antigen, B antigen, when you treat the respective antibody A, anti-serum A and anti-serum B, then this antigen and the antibody which are present in the serum, that is liquid, right, they'll react with each other, and the reaction that will be always in the observable manner, that is like a clot or clumping or agglutination can be seen. That gives us the result that presence of B antigen, presence of A antigen. So agglutination, which gives the clue that presence of that particular specific antigen. When there is no antigen, when you treat any kind of antibody here, antigen A or antigen B, then no reaction, just a clear solution. Okay, that person absence with any kind of the antigens. Here you can see that APO blood types. Type A blood group, they'll be having A antigens on their cell surface. Type B blood group, on their RBC, presence of B antigen. Type AB blood group, presence of both A antigen and B antigens on their RBC surface. Whereas the type O blood group, there won't be any kind of antigens A or B. When they have the antigen, when you treat antibodies, they react with each other. When they don't have any antigens, when you treat antibodies, then there is no any kind of the reaction of between antigen and antibody. Okay, here you can make out the A blood group. The person who is having A blood group, okay, that person will be having A antigen, and that person is Rh factor positive, means D antigen present, means then that person will be called A positive. If that person do not carry any kind of D antigen, absence of Rh factor, then no D antigen, then that person will be A negative. This is the overall view of the ABO blood grouping system. Group A, Group B, Group AB, and Group O. This Group A person will be having A antigen on the cell surface and anti-B antibodies in their plasma. Group B, the RBC cell surface, you can see the B antigen, and in their plasma, anti-A antibodies. Okay, and Group AB person will be having both presence of A antigens and the B antigens, and there won't be none of the antibodies in their serum. Whereas Group O, none of the antigens on their cell surface of the RBC, right? None of the antigens. In their plasma, you can see anti-A and anti-B antibodies can be seen. Okay, total we have 4 blood groups: A blood group, B blood group, AB, and O blood group. And to consider RH factor, we have 8 blood groups: A positive, A negative, B positive, B negative, AB positive, and AB negative, O positive, and O negative. So total 8 ABO blood groups we have. This is about the RH factor. The presence of RH factor will give you RH positive. Absence of RH factor D antigen will give you RH negative. Now let us go through the blood grouping experiment. To conduct this blood grouping or blood typing experiment, we need 3 monoclonal antibodies. As the name suggests, mono means single, okay? Clone means same type of, many number of copies, okay? Okay, A antiserum means only A antibody must be there, okay, in that particular while. 3 monoclonal antibodies, anti-A, anti-B, and anti-D serum, which were kept in the ice box, okay. Always need to preserve all these serum in the ice box or in the refrigerator, okay. To perform this experiment, we need to take out all these anti-A serum, anti-B serum, and anti-D serum from the ice box. 30 minutes before the experiment, you need to take out and keep that in the, we need to bring that to the room temperature, okay. So this is anti-A sera, anti-B sera, and this is the anti-D sera. And we also need the blood lancets, or you can also use the pricking pen, also you can use to prick the finger and to take out the blood. And we need spirit to wipe the glass slide and also to wipe finger, okay, where you are going to take the blood. And we need cotton balls, sterilized cotton balls we need. Then we need the mixing sticks to mix the blood sample and the anti-sera. We need clean glass slide free from the grease. To this clean glass slide, you can make a circle. Okay, you can make a 3 circle, and you can write first circle as A, second circle as B, and third circle as D also you can write. Now let us go through the procedure. To perform this experiment, swab the finger with cotton ball dipped in spirit. You need to swab that particular region. You should make sterile that particular region. Okay, then take blood sample using sterile lancet as shown. Or you can also use the pricking other different kinds of needle. Okay, and also you can use the pricking pen also you can use and take out blood. If possible, first drop of the blood you can remove. Then you can use second, third, and fourth drops you can use for your blood grouping. Okay, take separately 3 drops of blood on slide. Whatever you written A, B, and D with the circle, no, there you can drop these 3 blood sample. Okay, drop of the blood. Place a cotton ball on pricked finger to stop blood. Then procedure goes here. To the first drop of the blood, you need to add anti-A sera or anti-A monoclonal anti-sera you need to add here. Okay, and these are colored monoclonal antibodies. To the second circle B, we need to add this anti-B monoclonal antibody or anti-B sera you need to add. Okay, for the third circle you need to add anti-D sera. Okay, and you need to close this particular lid. Without touching drop of the blood, you need to add this particular all the anti-sera A, anti-B, anti-D sera. Then next you need to take the mixing sticks. Okay, mix monoclonal antibody serum and drop of the blood, okay, by using 3 separate mixing sticks. Make sure not to use the same mixing stick to all the 3 drops of the blood. You won't be able to observe the proper reaction. That's why you have to use the separate sticks for each circle or for each drop of the blood. Mix monoclonal antibody serum to this particular blood, okay, using 3 separate mixing sticks. Make sure not to use the same mixing stick what you mix for the A blood group. You should not suppose to use the same mixing sticks for the second drop of the blood. But what are the 2 heads will be there now? one head. For example, if you have taken one particular this region for the one circle, means you can use that opposite region for the second circle, but same tips you should not suppose use for the another circle. Okay, after mixing all the three blood sample with the respective antiserum, one RBC carrying one of the antigen of corresponding antibody serum, what we added here, antisera A, antisera B, antisera D, right? There what happens if they have the respective antigen, okay, respect to the respective antibody, then agglutination will happen. Okay, they agglutinate on exposure of these antiserum, or that is they clump together. Whenever they clump, that will be always in the observable manner. For example, you can see here the reaction. Here in two circle, this is a circle 1 and this particular circle, the third one. In this two circle, we can see both A and D agglutination has occurred. Whereas B circle, no agglutination. Okay, it is A positive. In B circle, blood do not carry B antigen, so absence of antigen antibody reaction, in turn no agglutination, and appears as just a clear solution. Okay, where the agglutination happen, that you are going to consider A blood group, and here you will consider this as this particular D circle meant for positive or negative. This D meant for the RH positive or RH negative. Why here you are able to see the agglutination? Because in this RB cell surface, you can see the presence of the A antigen. A antigen, A antigen, A antigen. Okay. When you have the A antigen here, when you treat the antisera A, then antigen A, which are present on the RBC, antisera A, interact with each other, antigen antibody reaction happens, then agglutination can be seen. The same blood sample you are taken, in this RBC cell surface, there is presence of only A antigen. There is no B antigen. When you treat the B antisera to this particular blood sample, when there is no B antigen, no agglutination, no clumping. Whereas in this particular case, due to the presence of RH factor, that is D antigen, when you treat anti-D sera to that particular sample, then their antigen D and antiserum D, which reacts with each other, you can see the clumping or agglutination. All these macroscopic. Through your eyes, you will be able to observe the reactions and you can report the result. This blood group is A positive. Here you can make a very clear picture of this A positive. Okay, here you can see the aggregated RBCs. Okay, clumping with antigen A and anti-sera A, and here in this case, particularly when we treat the anti-B sera, there is no any kind of clumping because absence of B antigen on the cell surface. Whereas in this case, presence of anti-D antigen or RH factor, when you treat anti-RH serum, then agglutination can be seen. So this is the A positive blood group. Here you can see the ABO blood groups. All the different types of blood groups can be seen here. First circle is for A, second circle is anti-B sera, and third circle is anti-D sera. Okay. In all the circle, we have put the blood. After treating the anti-sera and mixing with the mixing stick, we have got this kind of result. Whereas here, both the solutions are very clear. Clear in the sense there is absence of B antigen and absence of A antigen. Then when there is no A and B antigen, then that blood group will be O blood group. And in this third circle will tell us about the RH factor. Okay, due to the presence of RH positive antigens, when you treat anti-D sera, then you can see a positive reaction, that is clumping can be seen. So this blood group is O blood group. Whereas here in all the three circles, there is no any kind of the agglutination. There is no A antigen, no B antigen, no D antigen. So this is O negative. Okay, whereas here in the third circle, in the first circle, agglutination is there because that RBC cells on the cell surface, they have A antigen. When you treat anti-sera A, agglutination can be seen. Whereas here clear solution, no B antigen. So when you treat B anti-sera, no agglutination. When you treat here the anti-D sera to this blood sample, due to the presence of B antigen, A positive. Whereas in this case, due to the presence of A antigen, agglutination has happened. Here no agglutination, then negative. Okay, so whereas in this case, here clear solution, in these two circles we have the clumping. So this is the clumping will tell us presence. So this is B circle is present. So B and this D circle D antigen is present because of agglutination has happened. So you can say B positive. And here two circles are very clear solution. Only in the third circle B circle we have the clumping. So B negative. This circle will tell us about the RH factor. Clumping happens, present positive, no clumping, RH negative. Okay. So here in all the three circles, you can see the agglutination. It means in all the RBC cell surface, we have A antigen, here we have B antigen, and here D antigen. Okay. In this particular RBC cell surface, due to the presence of A antigen that reacts with the antisera A, due to the presence of B antigen reacts with the B antisera, due to the presence of D antigen that reacted with the antisera D. So on all the three circles you can see the clumping. So AB positive. Whereas here only in two circles you can see the clumping. So you can see that tells us about the presence. A presence, then B presence, then here this particular third circle no RH factor, then that tells us clear solution tells us that absence of RH factor. So you can say A, B negative. So this is about the ABO blood group. Now let us go through about the blood transfusions. Okay, who can receive blood from whom? People with blood group O called universal donor, and people with blood group AB are called universal receivers or recipient. Why? O can give blood to A, O can give blood to AB, O can give blood to B, or O can donate blood to A, AB and B. Whereas this AB person can receive blood from A, O and B. That's why this AB blood group person can be mentioned as universal receivers or recipient. But RH factor is also very, very important. One has to also think about the RH factor, because only positive can give to positive, only negative can give to negative. Positive, okay, that is very, very important. One will keep that also in their mind and they'll go for the blood transfusion. Now let us go to the functions of blood. Okay, here first major function of the blood is transport of food materials. Blood transport the digested food from the alimentary canal to the different body cells. Okay, next, transport of respiratory gases, that is oxygen is transferred from the respiratory organ to the tissues, and carbon dioxide from the tissue to the respiratory organs by blood. Okay, next one, transport of hormones. Hormones are carried by blood from the endocrine glands to the places of where that will be useful. Okay, we can take a screenshot or you can pause the video, you can go through the functions of blood. Okay, transport of excretory matter, that is blood transport the excretory matter to the kidneys or other excretory organs, that play very important role in transport of heat. That is, blood allows the transfer of heat from the deeper tissue to the surface of the body where it can be lost. Then, defense against infection. Some white blood corpuscles are phagocytic in nature. However, certain white blood corpuscles produce antitoxins to neutralize the toxins released by the foreign germs. Okay. Then temperature regulation. Blood maintains the body temperature to a constant level after distributing heat within the body. Okay. Next, water balance. Blood maintains water balance to a constant level by bringing about constant exchange of water between circulating blood and tissue fluid. Okay, it also plays a very important role in maintaining the pH. Blood helps to regulate the pH of the body, and this blood also plays a very important role in prevention of excessive loss of blood. When any part of the body is injured, loss of blood is prevented by the formation of a clot. Okay, blood helps in healing. Okay, whereas blood maintains necessary supplies for the repair of damaged tissue. Eosinophils and basophils helps in healing of wounds and maintenance of physiological cooperation. Blood maintains a physiological cooperation between parts of the body by circulating from one to the other parts. Hope you understood today's concept, blood grouping or blood typing. Okay, I'm Dr. Pratibha K signing off for today. I'll be back with some more videos. Okay, stay tuned with me. Thank you for watching and thank you for being with me. Stay safe, protect yourself and protect others. Vande Mataram.